We're going to be talking about the number one most important team when it comes to managing your Airbnbs, your short-term rental properties. Whether you own these properties, whether you manage other people's properties on Airbnb, there is one team that is the real lifeblood of your Airbnb or short-term rental management that is really going to dictate your success or failure as a host, as an investor, as a property manager, more than any other, and that is your cleaning team. In today's video, I want to talk about three main things with respect to the cleaning team. One is going to be the not so obvious reason why they're so important. Two is going to be the two biggest things that I look for when I'm hiring and training a cleaning team. And the third is how to find a really great cleaning team, a really, truly great, exceptional cleaning team. So let's start with the not so obvious reason why they're so important. I think a lot of us who already manage properties or own properties, they're short-term rentals, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, we need a really good cleaning team because most people get quite quickly past the point of cleaning the property themselves. A lot of people don't even do that at all when they start out, and I recommend that. I recommend just starting right off the bat with a cleaning team in place. And it becomes pretty obvious why they're so important because obviously they're going to do a great job in cleaning to make sure the guests are happy. If they do a bad job, the guests are going to be unhappy. They're going to leave you bad reviews. So I'm not going to go too much into detail about that because that is a pretty obvious reason why having a great cleaning team is really important. But the less obvious reason, I think a lot of people overlook, and as a result, they don't actually hire a great cleaning team. They hire a good cleaning team and trick themselves into thinking that it's a great cleaning team. Or they hire a good cleaning team and they know in the back of their head that the cleaning team isn't really as good as they want them to be. And so the not so obvious reason why they're so important is because the cleaning team is largely going to be the number one team that has the ability to make your life easy or difficult, to take up a bunch of your time or very little of your time, to require next to no management or require a whole lot of management. And so that not so obvious reason they're so important is because they have sort of a direct control over your relaxation, your peace of mind, your stress level, and the amount of time that it takes you to manage these properties. If you find a good cleaning team, they'll do a really good job of the cleaning, but they may need your help with scheduling. Maybe you're texting them when you need them to go by, or calling them when you need them to go by, or emailing them. Maybe you need to follow up with them to make sure that they actually went by and cleaned, and you're stressing out about it because you didn't hear back from them before the guest checks in. And even if they still did the cleaning and they did a really good job of it, it might still be stressing you out because you know that they're not 100% reliable, because they're not actually going by there every single time, and every once in a while they miss a cleaning. Or maybe it's a really small team, maybe it's just a one-person cleaning team that you've hired and you're not sure when they're going to be sick, and that's going to throw a total wrench into your day or your week. And so it's really, really important to find a great clean team so that you can alleviate all of that stress, all of that worrying, get your time back, your peace of mind back, and make sure they're doing all that stuff without you having to micromanage them. And so that really segues nicely into the two biggest things that I look for when I'm hiring a clean team. And the first is reliability. I want a cleaning team that is absolutely 100% reliable. That is the number one most important thing to me, even more important than their ability to actually do a good job cleaning. Because if I find someone that can clean at a level 10 out of 10, but misses cleanings every once in a while, or gets sick often because they're just a one-person show, well then that's gonna cause a lot of stress in my life, and that's gonna have a whole bunch of risk of the property just not being cleaned at all if something like that happens, which is the worst case scenario to have a guest checking in for something like that. Whereas if I hire a cleaning company that is 100% reliable, they go by every single time without fail, without me having to stress about it, now I don't have to worry about it. And even if they do a 9 out of 10 cleaning or a 9.5 out of 10 cleaning, then most times the guests are still going to be really happy and we're still going to get 5 stars, but there's never going to be that outlier scenario where the guest checks into a place that is entirely uncleaned. So that's the number one biggest thing I look for, is reliability on the cleaning team. And the second biggest thing that I look for is communication, is the ability for them, more than just communication, is the ability for them to manage themselves. And so what I mean by this is that they should be able to go into my calendar and actually schedule themselves, look at the calendar, see when someone's checking out, and go in and schedule themselves in there and go and do that without me ever having to tell them that they needed to go in and clean on that day. Because then it becomes completely hands off for me. And in addition to that, I want them to be able to communicate to me, to show me, at the end of the cleaning, send me pictures and send pictures to the rest of the team. So if there's any damages, we can claim against them so that we know that the property is in great shape. All these different little things. We want them to communicate to the maintenance person if there's any maintenance that needs to be done. So you'll notice that in those top 2 biggest things that I look for, neither one of them is their ability to actually clean. The ability to actually clean is a given, but I would rather have a really reliable clean team that schedules themselves and is really, really good at communicating with the rest of the team, but cleans at a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10, than have a cleaning company that cleans at a 10 out of 10. Everything's completely immaculate, but they fall short on those other 2 things. So that is, for me, what gives me the most peace of mind, what gives me the most value as an investor or as a host. And so I'm willing to actually pay a premium for those things. And so that's really what I look for. Now, how do you go out and actually find a great clean team that has those 2 things and that you can really put in place to give yourself tons of peace of mind, free up your time, buy your time back, get a really great return on that? Well, it comes down to finding people that are the right fit, screening them and being diligent about screening, and then giving them the right tools and systems to perform effectively in their role. Guys, just want to take a quick break here to say that for those of you watching who want to build cash flow and long-term wealth by purchasing Airbnbs and short-term rental properties, there's a link in the description right down below for a free training that'll walk you through my exact strategy for investing successfully in Airbnbs. Now, if you're not ready to actually buy properties and you want to get started managing other people's properties on Airbnb, the same way I got started, and build a full-time income managing other people's properties, there's actually another free training linked in the description down below as well that'll be a really great fit for you. So whether you want to invest in short-term rental properties and actually build amazing cash flow and long-term wealth by acquiring the assets, buying the properties themselves, or you're looking to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb, we've got some awesome trainings that are linked in the description down below that'll definitely help you out. When you sign up for the trainings, we're also going to send you a few other tools and resources completely for free just to help you get started. Again, the links to sign up are in the description down below, and both trainings and all the tools are completely free. So make sure to register for the trainings, links in the description down below. So first off, when you're in that finding stage where you're looking for cleaning teams that are going to be a great fit, numbers are your friend. Volume is your friend. You don't want to go and look at 2 cleaning teams and then pick the best one out of the 2. Good chances are neither one of them is really going to be great if you're looking at your first 2 cleaning teams. So really try to have a bunch of different people that you can look at to find the best of the best, not the best of the available options, the limited available options that you've got. Spend this time early on when you're still searching for a cleaning team. Spend some time actually going through and screening and being diligent, finding the right people, sourcing a lot of different cleaning companies, as many as you can in your area really, so that you spend this time front loaded at the beginning and don't have to spend the time later on down the road. You're gonna have to find a great cleaning team eventually. I'd much rather you spend the time doing it now when you have this forethought, when you can plan ahead, than doing it last minute when you're out a cleaner and you've got a guest checking in a couple hours or a day or 2. So first off, take the time to find a lot of cleaning companies. If you're not sure how to do that, then the best places to look are going to be Google, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, those typical ones. But honestly, those ones are typically going to yield the highest prices and the least availability in terms of cleaners. If they know how to market themselves really effectively online, then good chances are they're going to be charging a premium and they're not going to have a lot of availability. So I personally have found that getting cleaning teams through references from other people in the area, or through word of mouth, or through different little Facebook groups, the type of thing where you have a community buy and sell group for a community that you're in, and you have a group where people go in there and they'll just share their tips and tricks, and maybe it's a comment that says, oh, Pam is a really good cleaner and you've just got a phone number. Well, Pam with a phone number there, she's not marketing herself online. So that can be a really good way to find cleaning companies or cleaning teams that are less expensive and that are gonna have more availability. So that's a pro tip for finding really great cleaning teams. From there, you need to have a list of criteria so that you can objectively measure how good the cleaning team is relative to other cleaning teams. You don't wanna just go with your gut feel on this. I personally have a ranking, like a scoring rubric that I use to quantitatively score each cleaning company that I work with, so I can find the one that has the highest overall score. I also have a list of absolute deal breakers for me. So for example, if a cleaning team is unwilling to do laundry, or if a cleaning team is unwilling to schedule themselves, that's a deal breaker. I don't care how effectively they can clean the property. I don't care if they scored high on everything else. If those things aren't doable for them, it's a deal breaker for me. So you need to establish what your deal breakers are and make sure you have them clearly laid out so you're not accidentally compromising when you shouldn't be. Then from there, it's really just a matter of giving that team the right tools and resources in order to be successful in their role. So for example, make sure that they're linked up with your channel management software or your calendar so that they can actually see when they need to go in and clean, and they don't require you to text them or email them or call them to let them know when they need to go by and do a turnover. You also want to make sure they have open lines of communication and a clear place for where they should communicate with the rest of your team, whether that's maintenance, whether that's guest communication. So for us, we use an email thread for each property that has all the team members all set up in that email thread so we can keep everything organized. So for example, when the cleaning team is running low on supplies, they just let that email thread know, and then we've got a portfolio manager. You could have this be you, it could be your guest communication team, it could be whoever it is. They're gonna be the one that orders the supplies, and those supplies get ordered to be delivered to the cleaners so that next time they go do that turnover, they're not gonna be out of supplies. So that's really everything that I look for in a cleaning team and why I think that they're the most important part of your short-term rental business. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, anything that you want to share with me at all, let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked this video and it was valuable to you, if it was helpful to you in any way whatsoever, I would really, really appreciate it if you would give it a quick thumbs up. That really, really does help me out tremendously with growing this channel, reaching more people, and helping more people in this space of Airbnb and short-term rentals. Last but not least, if you're here and you're watching this video right now and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then my question is why? Why? We post 2 new videos every single week on this channel talking about all things Airbnb and how to succeed as a short-term rental host, investor, or property manager. So if you're interested in more great content about that topic, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Press it, you won't regret it. 2 new videos every single week that are just purely here to help you to perform better. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.